Hey, this is Frank Nieto with Vision Quest Auto, and today the whole Nieto clan is here to review one special car, Tesla Model X, here with my son Holden, my daughter Blair, my wife Carrie. We're going to tell you what we think about the Tesla Model X, whether it's right for you or your family, how it compares to other three-row SUVs on the market, how it compares to other EVs on the market, and how it compares to other Teslas. We're going to go through some pros and cons. We'll go through some categories and not as many as we normally do here on Vision Quest Auto. And then we're going to tell you what we think about it and wrap it up. So let's get to it. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a walk around here. Cool thing about the Model X is how it just opens up on its own. Look at that. You open it, you push the button, the door's open. Yes. Now, Holden's going to show us the Falcon door. Go ahead. And this is super cool. Look at that. I mean, it never fails to impress how cool that is. You've got a really nice amount of space here in the second row. You've got all your controls down here. This is controls how the air flows. It has entertainment and games. Holden. It has entertainment. It has games. It has all kinds of stuff back here for the backseat drivers or backseat passengers to be able to have fun and enjoy themselves where they're driving. It's an electronic lock here. That not only moves the seat somewhat there, but it actually unlocks it so you can move it forward. Here's the third row. The third row's got a solid amount of room. It's a little bit more spacious than you might think at first. Like, that's not too bad. You can also move those seats up, the second row seats, a little bit. So it's not terrible, it's not great, but it's pretty decent. So you move this back, you hit that button, it relocks. I'm gonna go around now to the cargo. Blair, you wanna hit the cargo here?
Where do I hit it?
Right under here, right there. There we go. And pretty good amount of room here for storage when you have the third row up.
And this is my favorite thing about the car. Is this one part, and you pull it up, and then it has a bunch more space.
That's your favorite part?
Yeah.
That's pretty old school.
Well, but I like it.
I don't know if I'd call that your favorite part. Maybe that's one of the
favorite part.
Okay.
No, my second.
Here's some room down here. So there's a really nice amount of storage space in the Model X, as you can tell. Watch out, guys. I'm going to lower this down. Okay. Right around here. You can hit it. You can close it. And again, here is.
Can I hit the other one?
Sure. Here. You can hit this one right here, Blair. Right in the center. Get it. Hit it. There you go. Look at that. All the doors are electronic. A lot of really cool things in this car. Of course, the most standout feature besides its wings is the fact that there are no driving stalks on this car. Here are your turn signals. Here you can control your windshield wipers, your microphone to talk to the car. You can look at the cameras. You can start to set full self-driving. You can turn your headlights on there. You can also get other controls right here on this screen when you hit the vehicle button. I guess I have to close the door. Now that's the other thing. Look at that. The door shuts, the driver's side door shuts when you put your foot on the brake. There we go. And that actually opens up your controls. As you can see, you'll be able to hit your pedals and steering. You can change your steering through this with these little controllers on the side. You'll be able to adapt your suspension. It's got the autopilot, so you can put it on traffic aware cruise control, full self-driving. You can put it on auto steer. You can change the light settings, displays. This has got everything you really need in the car. And this is actually your shifter right here. This little icon. I'm not going to do it yet, but I will do it when we start to drive here. You can slide it back, puts it in reverse, hit the N button for neutral, P button for parked. It's already in park. And then swipe it forward to start driving. That's it. There's also, you can open up the glove box right there. That's pretty cool. You can also fold your mirrors automatically, and you'll be able to do things where you can just set this. You'll also be able to set this up so that you don't actually put this in any shifting whatsoever, and you actually just start driving. So it's pretty cool. So we're going to take it for a spin. One of the cool things that happens with the Model X is that Tesla basically designed this car to be its entire showcase for all of its technology. And even though it's been around for a number of years, it still holds that way. The Cybertruck's kind of taken a lot of the attention away from the Model X, but the Model X still has, I'd say, more technology features for a family than the Cybertruck does. The Cybertruck does a whole lot of stuff when it comes to performance, but the Model X showcases basically a lot of things of where Tesla sees the future of driving going to. From the self-opening doors, to the Falcon Wing doors, to the stalkless driving, which is pretty nuts, but it works. You know, to a lot of other things. And that's what you also see happening with the GMC Hummer. That was something that GM put out there, was to make it a showcase for all their technology. Now, doesn't mean that the Model X isn't a great family car. What it just means is that it's serving a dual purpose. It's showing where Tesla goes, and it's also serving as a family vehicle. Things that really stands out though with all of this technology is actually something that's far more simple, and that's the windows. There's just more windows than you'd imagine in any other car. There's slate right back here, bit between the doors and the front windshield, but that's about it. This is pretty much all glass going all the way through, and it really gives you that sense of open air space. It's really, really designed to make you feel comfortable and wide open. It doesn't have a sunroof, but it pretty much does. One of the things though that is weird, that I'm not a big fan of, or at least that you should be aware of. I'm not sure if I'm not a fan of it. It's just part of the thing with this vehicle is the fact that Tesla created a whole lot of stuff that's super cool and very functional, but it's also solving a lot of issues that are kind of self-inflicted. Like, it's figured out how to put the car into drive without a shifter, but is there a reason for not having a shifter? Not sure. It does create a little bit more space, but I don't think that the shifter that was on here in the Model 3 and the Model Y is really taking up space. It's really just attached to the steering wheel. So I'm not sure how much benefit that has. The same thing goes with the turn signals. Is it very easy to utilize? Is it really helpful or not helpful to not have a turn signal stalk? I don't know. It works really nicely, but I don't know how important it is to how easy or how good it is to not have those stalks. To me, it's easy to get. It's fairly easy. I'm getting used to driving with these without the driving stalks for a turn signal, but it still takes a little bit more. My hand keeps going to try to find the stalk. It's not terrible. It's easy enough to use, but I don't know how great this is. Where am I? So the one thing that I'm going to say, I'm going to do a reverse thing. I usually say there's a fat guy in a little coat, something that doesn't fit. With this, I think there's something that's missing. And so I'm going to call this the John Cena Award, because you just can't see it. And that is, there's no driving stalks. It's a little weird. Works. It's not necessarily a negative. It's something that's definitely missing. I do appreciate though that unlike the Model 3 and the Model Y, you do have your controls. You can see your speed limits, your speedometer, everything right in front of you. There's a digital display here. It's not just on the touch screen, which is great. So I think there's a lot to like about this car, but there's also some definite quirks, and I think that's to be expected with any Tesla though. Really cool things about this car though is the fact that gets underplayed is how safe it is. Tesla has a ton of safety features built into this car, and it's also, according to Tesla, the safest vehicle on the road, or one of the safest vehicles on the road. you conceivably, or theoretically, you can, this is like the vans of cars, where you can throw a van, and I'm van shoes, I mean not an actual van. You can throw the vans and it always lands on the sole of the sneaker. Just like that, this car will be able to, that if it flips over, the weight of the battery underneath is so heavy that, and the top of this car is so rounded that it'll actually flip back over onto its wheels, which is pretty neat. This car is pretty big, but it's also very fast, and it also has really soft handling. Have you guys noticed any bumps in the road?
No. Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Blair apparently notices a lot of bumps in the road, but have you noticed anything, Carrie?
A little bit.
Really? Yeah. Is it excessive?
No.
We're not going to do a traditional rating scale here today in Vision Quest Auto. What I'm going to do is just ask everybody their different opinions. So, Carrie, what do you think about this car?
It's very neat. I very much like the space being a passenger. I have a lot of leg room, and the kids have a lot of room in the back seat. So that would probably be my favorite thing about the car.
What do you think about the stalkless driving? I mean, you didn't drive this car, but what do you think about that?
It looks pretty confusing to me, but I think I'd learn after a while learning how to drive it. But
yeah, I think
there's no signals, buttons, or anything on the dashboard, so it would take some getting used to, I think.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at too. I like this. I like how technologically forward Tesla is with this car, but I do think that it definitely takes, it's going to take some time for sure to get used to. These right here are they're very easy to use. There's your turn signals, but it still takes a bit of time. And then right here is also how you drive the car. So you put it forward, put it backwards. Again, that's not a massive deal, but it does take some getting used to. And yeah, again, you know, all your controls being right here is also kind of confusing, but I think that you get used to it. I would say probably within a week, probably shorter than that, I'd get used to it, but remains to be seen. Holds, what do you think about this car?
I really like it, and seems like a car from the future. I like how you can control the wind movement, and you can play games, and I like the Falcon doors.
Yeah, awesome. What do you think, Blair Bear?
I like this car because the doors go like an eagle.
The doors go up like an eagle?
Yeah.
Is that your favorite part?
Yes, and also you can control the wind.
Nice. Yeah, the air control is pretty cool. You guys, yeah, let me see if I can show that up here to get everybody what we're kind of talking about. Oh, here it is. This is here. Oh, I knew that. So right here, you can control how the air flows around you. It's all touch. So you feel that, Carrie? It's pretty cool back here, and you can make it even bigger and move it around. It's pretty neat. So I just did, buddy. There's also dog mode, of course, and you can make this car fart, which is kind of funny. That concludes our review of the Tesla Model X here on Vision Quest Auto. I want to thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. You can find us on YouTube under Vision Quest Auto. You can find us on Twitter X under Vision Quest A, and we're also on Instagram, most other social media platforms. And for Vision Quest Auto, this is Frank Nieto. This is
Holden Nieto. Yeah, Nieto.
And Carrie Nieto.
And we'll see you around.